A championship will be given out tonight as the Grayson County Cougars look to take on one of their goals from a year ago. They fell short twice, both at LaRue County and at South Warren. Today they'll try to avenge that goal from a year ago and take down the Spartans, who enter on their longest winning streak in the history of the program. And a good evening and welcome to the Cougar Den. Sam Gormley and the legend from LaRue County, Zach Newton, joining me here for this evening's coverage here from the Cougar Den, as it should be a great matchup between the Grayson County Cougars and the South Warren Spartans. And Zach, you saw both these teams yesterday. You saw your first time against South Warren, and I like to call that district that South Warren is in Murderer's Row is probably the nice way to put it. Casually, three teams in the top 10 last season entering the district tournament. One of them wasn't going to do it. South Warren wasn't one of those, and it was just kind of good luck.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing about that district, Sam, is that when we were talking about it, you have Greenwood, you have Bowling Green, you have Warren Central. I actually pitched changing the way we get teams into region tournaments to avoid the problem that arises seemingly only in that district, which is where when you take two teams from every district to the region tournament, somebody's season ends a couple of weeks maybe before it could have.
South Warren's probably exactly in favor of that too, because they've never made the region tournament in the history of their program, but they have a really talented team this year to do it. Coming up on our locker room show, we'll introduce you to both teams, talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Travis Johnston, and give you the starting lineups. That comes up and more right here on the locker room show on K105.
Remember.
Honor. Teach.
Your $15 sponsorship goes to placing a wreath on the headstone of an American hero. For more information, please visit wreathsacrossamerica.org.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans? From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service. Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
Oh boy.
What?
We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
No.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. It is the Grayson County Cougars and the South Warren Spartans in the championship game of the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you. South Warren enters on a 9-game winning streak. It is their longest winning streak in program history. I mean, to put things into perspective, last year, 14-16, they've almost had more wins during this win streak than they did all of last year. And the thing with this South Warren team, Zach, that stands out to me the most is that they got guys that can beat you in a lot of different ways. Brandon Rowe, we've learned Drew Hudson's name, and we can just keep naming names that can come off the bench and beat you.
Well, the interesting thing to me about Rowe, or about Hudson, I mean, Rowe is a pure athlete, a guy who's able to get downhill, can create around the rim, is a very impressive finisher. The thing that scares me the most about South Warren is that they bring Drew Hudson off the bench. He's that spark plug microwave kind of player, and when you run into teams that are playing at a high level, they need that guy. And when you've got one that is as consistent as Drew Hudson has been at the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic, that's a really scary thing to have to game plan for.
We were talking beforehand about there is no MVP of this tournament, at least an official one, but we were saying as a staff we may vote. We've seen all of these teams. We may vote on an MVP, and we were naming some names. And then I was just like, well, heck, Drew Hudson's been pretty darn good as well, and that's pretty impressive considering, I mean, he came into the game averaging 8.3 points a game, but he's the guy that can come off the bench and hit threes. And Travis Johnston, you'll hear in the pregame interview, he's a guy that they know that they're going to have to slow down if they win the game. But Brandon Rowe as well, you touched on him, Zach, 15.2 points. He leads the team at 5.8 rebounds per game. Andrew Linhart at just over 8 rebounds a game. Bryce Button as well comes off the bench. He's the starting quarterback for the football team. He's averaging just under 7 points and just under 3 rebounds a game. And Travis Johnson, you'll hear him as well. The player that he likes maybe the most on the entire team is the point guard, Andrew Goley, the senior. He's only averaging 4.4 points, 2.9 rebounds. Those are, average numbers, but he is just a really smart player. And as your point guard, you need that.
Well, Sam, points are the stat that everybody sees. Everybody sees, you hang, you do what Jack Logsdon did last night, and you drop a 30-piece. Everybody sees the 30. You do what Hayden Blakeman did and drop 30 in their second game. Everybody sees the 30-piece. It's the guys who grind, who the offense runs through, who distribute the ball. Rowe can't handle every possession, can't get downhill, has to have some help creating a shot. Every player almost at this level really does. You need a guy to serve as sort of the trigger man for your offense, a guy who is secure with the ball, can handle pressure in the full court, and make stuff happen. And Sam, I don't want to get you too excited, but WKU volleyball coach Travis Hudson is in the house.
He is in the house. Oh, man. We've got in WKU baseball coach Mark Reardon is also in the house. We've got all kinds of celebrities, but we got to talk about the celebrities that is Jack Logsdon and the Grayson County Cougars after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches, vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Grayson County and South Warren about ready to get underway in the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic championship game. We'll hit you the Cougars pretty quick so we can get a chance to talk to Travis Johnson, get his thoughts on the matchup. And, Zach, the guy that we got to start talking about is the 8th grader, Jack Logsdon. Career-high 30 points last night against Nicholas County. 14 of 19 from the free throw line, and really he missed those 5 because the man was tired at the end.
Yeah, if you saw the Luka Doncic performance earlier this week where he dropped 60, 21, and 10 in a game, the first words of the post-game interview was, man, I'm tired. And that's an NBA guy. That's a guy who does this 82 nights out of the year. You got to imagine that Jack Logsdon was probably pretty gassed after that 30-point effort. You saw it at the end of the legs were given out of the free throw line. But, man, was he impressive last night. And the thing is about Logsdon that scares me, the size he gives you at his age, but he plays like a much older player. He's obviously got varsity experience, but you can see it. He doesn't force shots. He didn't take a ton of shots to hit 30 points, which is something that's very important at the high school level. When you hear about an outburst like that, if a guy takes 30 shots to get there or more, that's not helping the team that much. Logsdon was very efficient last night. Until the very end of the game, he was very good at the free throw line. He really did everything. And when we've seen, I don't want to say a reduced output from River Blanton, but maybe a little less in the point column from Blanton, having a guy like Logsdon who can step up is really important. And Blanton nearly gives you a triple-double last night.
He was really good last night. He's inching closer to his 1,000th point. He's 60 points away from that, and it was on his birthday last night as well. Cougars are coached by Travis Johnson. We'll talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup after this. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley joined by the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Travis Johnston. Coach, you had the game against Nicholas County yesterday. You've had time to kind of think about it, watch some of the film. What did you see?
I really liked their defense. The number 20, I can't think of his name, Clark off the top. Clark hit three really – well, one of them was all right, but two really, really tough threes. And, looking back at free throws, we were, I think, 20 for 37, 20 for 38, something like that. And but the best part about it was we took 19 trips to the free throw line, and 14 times we came away with at least a point. And that's how you're able to, even if you don't shoot free throws good, that's how you're able to extend leads. And we were able to do that. And then, like I said, I really have liked our defense over the past two games.
Third game in 3 days. How are you guys feeling?
I should feel good. And, in the grand scheme of things at the end of the year, this doesn't really matter. But you're playing for a championship tonight, and that should get your juices flowing, especially being at home. No matter what the crowd situation is, when it is, you should be ready to go. And I think our guys, they've seemed pretty good in the shoot-around we had this morning, so I think they're ready to go.
Dylan Horn has maybe had his best 2 offensive games since he's been playing as a Grayson County Cougar. What has been different about him?
I just being more aggressive. He's getting in better shape. We're playing him longer, so he has to get in better shape. He's got a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, and that changes our team because he adds another inside presence. He's shooting, I think, he hasn't taken very many shots, but he's shooting, I think, close to 65-70% from the field, and he helps take the load off River a little bit inside, makes them worry about somebody else, and he just makes it a little bit easier for everybody else. And we've really, you can tell offensively when he scores how much better we are. So we need him to continue to be aggressive.
South Warren enters this game on their longest winning streak in program history. What do you see from him?
Their point guard doesn't score a whole lot, but he controls the game. He's really good, quick, good decision maker. They have the really, really good shooter in Hudson that usually comes off the bench, and then they got their star player with Rowe, number 0, and that they really complement around him pretty well. And they're well coached. They're fundamentally sound. They run good stuff, and they got good size. So that's obviously a good recipe for a good team.
Drew Hudson, the shooter that you mentioned has been on fire in this tournament. As an opposing coach, how do you slow down a guy that seems like he could throw it into a pinhole right now?
Well, our guys have to be aware of where he's at all times. Transition, it doesn't matter if Braden's guarding him or Landon or Caden. Whoever's closest to him is going to guard him, and then the other guys can adjust off that. And because we have several guys that can guard different positions, so we have to find him early. I think a zone could be a little bit effective today, but if you're going to play a zone, you better shade his side. And we just have to make sure to make him do some uncomfortable things as far as how he's getting his looks. He makes most of his looks from the corner, especially the left corner. So we have to make sure we run him off that spot and make him do something different.
Last year, I remember you told me multiple times that your goal was to win one of these Christmas tournaments. I won't mention Pulaski County, but you came closer against LaRue County. I don't want to do flashbacks against Pulaski going into another championship. You have a chance to do that this year. How do you do it?
Same two keys has been all week, rebound and transition. If we win the rebounding game and the transition game, because that's where we are honestly best at, especially offensively, is transition. We're rebounding the ball really good these last 2 days. We have to keep doing that. And then, again, we got to make sure we focus on the scouting report and know where 0 and 11 are at.
Coach, good luck. More here coming up in the locker room show after this.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Grayson County and South Warren just about 5 minutes away from getting underway. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Spartans of South Warren, with a record of 10-1 on a 9-game winning streak. Senior guard number 0, Brandon Rowe, averaging just over 15 points a game. Andrew Goley is the senior point guard, averaging 4.4 points. Justin Posey, the senior guard, he's number 2, averaging 6.6 points a game. Andrew Linhart, the 6'2" senior, at 8 points and 3.2 rebounds a game. And the junior forward, number 33, Braden Parrish, he averages just under 5 points a game. Once more, that starting lineup is Rowe, Goley, Posey, Linhart, and Parrish. The assistant coaches are William Jones, Kyle Kinman, and Durante Lightfoot, and the head coach is Carlos Corrals. Now the starting lineup for the Grayson County Cougars with a record of 5-7. Senior guard number 3, Braden Childress, averages just over 6 points a game. The 8th grader, Caden Hanshaw, gets the start. He's averaging just under 7 points a contest. River Blanton, the leading scorer for Grayson at 14 points a game. He's 60 points away from 1,000. Jack Logston is the 8th grade guard at 12.8 points per game. And the big man in the middle, Dylan Horn, is having his best basketball at this tournament right here. Once more, that starting lineup, Childress, Hanshaw, Blanton, Logston, Horn. Assistant coaches Brian Hill, Brett Johnson, Darren Meredith, and Mike McClintock. And the head coach is Travis Johnston. The play-by-play is next on K105.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
She used to dance and dream of a better life, a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
Your $15 sponsorship goes to placing a wreath on the headstone of an American hero. For more information, please visit Wreaths Across America.
Number 12, the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic Championship. We'll turn it over to public address announcer Brian Payton for the starting lineups.
Brandon Rowe. At guard, number 1, Andrew Rowley. At guard, number 2, Justin Posey. At guard, number 23, Andrew Linhart. And at forward, number 33, Braden Parrish. South Warren's coached by Carlos Quarles. And now the starting lineups for the Grayson County Cougars. Starting at guard, number 3, Braden Childress. At guard, number 10, Caden Henshaw. At guard, number 32, Jack Loxton. At forward, number 23, River Blanton. And at forward, number 44, Dylan Horn. Grayson County is coached by head coach Travis Johnston.
That's the starting lineups for both teams, Grayson County and South Warren, the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you. And Zach, it is time. I love this. There's a lot of energy in this building. It's not a huge crowd, but you can kind of feel the energy.
Well, it helps when you look up and you see E.E. McGee in the orange Hyper Dunks and the big hat.
Listen, if there's one man that can pull it off, it is E.E. McGee. He's got the best shoes in the building today. I will say that.
Yeah, I broke out the Harden 5s today, and even I'm not offended by that. The orange Dunks are ace. As the sneaker guy in the booth for this one.
It's time for basketball in Litchfield. The opening tip, Brandon Rowe against Jack Logston. It is up in the air and controlled by the Spartans of South Warren. They'll work from left to right on your radio dial, wearing the all-black jerseys, silver numerals, and the good old checkerboard up each side. Kentucky fans are not happy with that. Inside the lane, shot up the left side, basket good, and an early foul called on Grayson County as Braden Parrish is the first player in the scorebook. And the foul called on Dylan Horn, his first and the team's first. Braden Parrish to the charity stripe, where he is a really good free throw shooter at about 87.5%. The Spartans, the team, make about 61% of their free throws, but the first free throw is there, and the Spartans strike first, only 15 seconds into the game. Grayson County enters with a record of 5-7. They defeated Glasgow in Game 1 and Nicholas County yesterday. Both of those, you're good double-digit wins. Braden Childress, the senior point guard, gets a screen from Blanton. He's quickly double-teamed on the zone defense for South Warren. Into the far side, to the free throw line, Horn. Horn back out to Logston. Ball fake, drives in, 10-footer, right side. Long off the back of the iron. Rebound is stripped on the way up. Posey's able to get it back, and here come the Spartans looking to run. Down to the right side, letting the defender go by, flipping it up. Shot's not there. Logston smacks it out, and able to run back down underneath of it is Goley. The Spartans have won 9 straight games as Goley drives down the right side. Shot's good, and he's fouled. And if that's on Horn, it is. That is his second, only 55 seconds into the game.
An auspicious start for the Cougars here. They've sent 2 finishers to the line. They've let them convert, an opportunity at least to convert 2 old-fashioned three-point plays here early. You've already got your big and foul trouble. Not what you're looking for if you're Travis Johnston to start this one.
Dylan Horn comes out. Camden Brothers checks into the game. Brothers averaging just about 4 points a contest. Goley to the line, about a 57% free throw shooter, and he puts that in. The Spartans on top, 6-0. 7 minutes left here in the opening quarter of play in the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic Championship here from Grayson County High School. Hanshaw on the right side. Has it at the free throw line into the near corner to Logston. Logston on the left wing, out front Hanshaw. Spartans now going man-to-man. Hanshaw drives in, handoff past Brothers. Brothers at the free throw line. He'll let it fly. It's short. Rebound tapped off, handed off by Parrish into the hands of Goalie over to the far side. Spartans looking to win their Holiday Classic and win their 10th straight game as there's a shot on the left side, in and out by Goalie, rebounded by Grayson County. 6-0, Spartans on top. Jack Logston coming off of a 30-point performance, almost throws it away. His fellow 8th grader, Caden Hanshaw, able to grab it on the right side. Hanshaw drives in at the right lane. Out front to Logston, thought about the three. Now he drives down, spins down the left lane, fires a pass inside, and it's taken away by Brandon Rowe for South Warren. 6:10 left in the opening quarter, 6-0, Spartans on top.
Tried to find Brothers there with a tough pass in the interior of the Spartan defense, but not able to connect as South Warren goes back to work.
Near side three up by Posey. It's long, and the long rebound is out of bounds off of South Warren. Diving after that, trying to make a play on it was Parrish, but he ran out of real estate and went up against the defender. Zach, as I always say, that's undefeated, and that is known as the sideline.
Yeah, the team rebound there for Grayson County is Parrish not able to track it down. But Grayson County needs to settle down here, find a consistent offensive weapon, either Logston, get him a good shot, maybe some going to the basket, or find Blanton in the post.
Cougars' biggest issue this season at times has been slow starts. They're used to playing from behind, but you don't want to do that against a really talented team like South Warren. Logston at the left wing, inside to Blanton, who's double-teamed. Blanton bodies up with the right hand at the glass, can't get it. Rebound, put back, flipping it up, ear side, basket good. River Blanton gets his first points of the game. He had 14 and 14 last night in the win against Nicholas County. And he had 9 and I think 13, if my memory's right, against Glasgow on Wednesday. And if you asked him, he was disappointed at his performance, which just kind of shows the kind of player that he is. Inside the lane, trying to dump it off. Logston got his hand on it. It bounces around. Childress ends up coming down with it for Grayson. An outlet pass tipped and taken away by Goalie for the Spartans. Here comes South Warren down the near side. Rowe picks it up over top of Logston. Shots too hard. Nice rebound by Brothers, and he's stripped, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. 6-2, South Warren on top. 5:01 left to play the first quarter.
It'll stay with Grayson County. Nice play by Camden Brothers to get in and get the rebound. They're going to have to be physical, keep South Warren off the glass.
South Warren averages 26.7 rebounds per game. Grayson County at 24.9. So neither one of these teams are great rebounding teams. It's a pretty even matchup. Did you hear Travis Johnston talk? We're going to have a little touch foul called on Brandon Rowe. Be his first and the team's first. 4:48 left here in the first quarter. But you hear Travis Johnston talk during the locker room show. He said that, one of the biggest keys to this game is going to be rebounding and then getting out in transition. And right now both of those have gone in favor of the Spartans to start, but still very early on in this game. Blanton out front to Childress. Pass was almost taken away. Childress going to lower the shoulder, gets in amongst the trees. Shots blocked right into the hands of Logston from 10 feet on the left side. He can't get it in. Rebounded by Rowe. Rowe, an outlet pass off to Linhart, right on cue. Blocked by Brothers on the inside. Logston, bounce pass over to the far side to Hanshaw. Hanshaw kicked on the inside.
Yeah, Brothers might have gotten away with one there as he came in from behind to take the transition bucket away from Linhart. But, hey, if there's no whistle, there's no foul, Sam.
Let them play. Let the boys play. Childress to trigger underneath of his own basket. Gets it into the near side to Hanshaw, but it's knocked out of bounds by South Warren. Really close play. That was one of those 50-50 balls. It was really tough to see. Tony Beard, the official, looked towards his counterpart, Ben Stamper. The other official is Andy Thomason on the far side of the floor. Childress looks to get it in, scans twice, and has to throw it into Brothers, who taps it into Blanton. Really nice job by Camden Brothers to keep it alive. Fires down to the right block. Childress finishes at the rim.
One of the most impressive things about Blanton, Sam, is somebody who doesn't get to see him every night, is the way that he sees the floor. You don't always find big men that can pass like that.
He's the best passer on this Grayson County team, if you ask anybody. Shot inside the lane by Goalie is missed. Rebound knocked out of bounds by the Cougars. Landon Haycraft into the game for Grayson. Averages just about 3 points a game. He is a defensive specialist, though. Best way to describe him, and Zach, I think you'll agree, one of the best compliments you can give somebody who's a defender is he is a pest.
Yeah, he looks like the kid that would annoy me in a pickup game.
Inside to Rowe, over top of Blanton. He dumps it and clears it to the near side. Parrish, three up, long. Blanton gets the loose board for Grayson. Almost had it knocked away from behind. River Blanton going to slow down, set up the offense. Travis Johnston, the sixth-year head coach, 72 and 85, delivers the call. Blanton drives down. It's stripped out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it's off of Blanton. Close play. Posey got his hand in on it, but it must have hit Blanton on the way down on the foot.
Might have got him rolling down the leg there. As a nice heads-up play by the South Warren defender to slap down on the front of the ball creates that top spin, makes it hard to recover.
Drew Hudson into the game along with Bryce Button. Hudson is a three-point specialist, shooting just about 38% from three. He's been the best three-point shooter in this tournament so far. Outside to Rowe on the right wing. He's going to back it off. Now pull up a right wing three. It is shorts. The rebound is going to go out of bounds, and it's going to head towards Grayson County. 3:30 left to play in the first quarter, 6-4. South Warren leads. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead just about 55 seconds into this game. Since that point, they have gone cold from the field.
Well, I love a team rebound. So they pick up another one there as the rebound rolls out of bounds.
Childress out to the far side. Haycraft, three, up, count it! Cougs have the lead. Landon Haycraft hits the three, and it's 7-6. Grayson, a 7-0 run. Now a turnover on the other end. Here comes Jack Logston up the near side of the floor. Slows, now speeds up down the left lane at the free throw line. Looking for help. Finds it with Blanton at the volleyball line. The senior River Blanton going to back it off. Really smart play. Kind of out of sorts. Just reset up and slow down. Blanton down the left side. Kicks it off to Haycraft. He's going to try another one. It's off the back of the iron. Missed. Rebounded on the floor by the Spartans, and they immediately look to push up the far side. Rowe on Childress. Nice defense by Braden Childress to wait for River Blanton to come pick up the senior big man, Brandon Rowe. Rowe grew 6 inches since last season. He's their leading returning scorer and rebounder. At the top of the key, it's the senior point guard, Andrew Goley. Haycraft staying in front of him. Man-to-man defense for Grayson. Handoff pass Rowe. Free throw line jumper up, out. Rebound on the floor for Braden Childress for Grayson. 7-6, Grayson on top, 2:20 to play in the first quarter. Over to the far side, Brothers. Thought about the three. Just gets it smacked back out front now to the senior Childress. South Warren sticking with a man-to-man defense here with 2:10 to play in the first quarter. Childress, a handoff to Haycraft. 1 of 2 on threes already for Haycraft. Off to the right side, almost taken away. Blankton was able to get it before it ended up going out of bounds.
When you get a guy that hits a growth spurt
Deep
like
three
that.
left wing by Logston. Count it! Right over top. Jack Logston hits the three. Grayson leads 10-6.
Sploosh. When you get a guy that hits a growth spurt like Rowe, they get a little longer in the wingspan.
Ball taken away here by Blanton over the far side of the floor. He gains his dribble back after losing it at the rim. Basket good. River Blanton. Grayson County on a 12-0 run after trailing 6-0 early. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Carlos Corals looks towards his team. He's going to let him play. He didn't want to take the early timeout. Rose straight away. Hand off to Button. Button will hand it off to Goley. Goley off to Rowe. Rowe back outside now. Button lowers his shoulder. Lost the dribble on the way down and had to just back it back off. Goley guarded by Haycraft. Off to Button. Button at the free throw line. Lowers his shoulder. Gets to the rim. Lays it in. Ends the bleeding. And ends the 12-0 Grayson County run. Bryce Button gets his first points of the game. Got about 60 seconds left in the first quarter. 12-8 Grayson on top of South Warren. Great answer for Grayson County in this game after it really could not have started worse.
Yeah, you know, the wheel, you get down 6-0 early and you give it up the way they did. You can
Childress 18 feet on the right side. Good! Braden Childress let the defender go by. He's got 4. Grayson on top 14-8. Outlet pass taken away by Braden Childress. What a movement here for Grayson. Off to Blanton. Blanton drives near baseline. Layup misses at the rim, and the rebound is saved in bounds by South Warren. Bryce Button angles back towards the middle. An outlet to Rowe. Rowe drives in over top of Brothers. A blocking foul. The basket's good, and Rowe will go to the free throw line.
Almost all of South Warren's points, if Rowe able to convert here, will have come on old-fashioned three-point plays.
That is correct. It'll be Camden Brothers on the foul, his first, team's third. Caden Hanshaw will re-enter for the Cougars. Hayden Robinson will come in for Grayson. Robinson is the little brother of Ella Robinson, a really good girls basketball player that went through here a couple of years ago. But really, if I talk about Ella, in fact, I can look over to my left and see that Travis Johnston, the Western Kentucky volleyball coach, is in the building. I can't talk about, are they not counting the basket? The basket was good.
Sure.
I think I saw him put
yeah,
up
they
one.
Did count it.
Okay, they did.
Finger.
Rowe makes the free throw. Ella Robinson was a very good volleyball player. 14-11, Grayson on top by 3 points. 30 seconds left in the first quarter of play.
Well, the game of runs so far, South Warren has cut back into this lead with an 8-2 run of their own.
Logston gets it back now to Haycraft with 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Travis Johnson presumably will have his team hold for the final shot as he got about a 5-out look. Hanshaw's a good driver. Backing it off now with 12 seconds left to play here in the first half. Over to Logston on the right side. 8 seconds now and going. Logston spins down the right lane. Back off to Blanton. Blanton drives down the far baseline with 3 seconds. Shot off the glass. Not there. Rebounded by South Warren. They throw a length of the floor shot. I'm not sure if it would have counted or not. It was close. But at the end of the first quarter of play, it is Grayson County 14, South Warren 11. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you here on the call in the championship game of the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic. It has been 11 phenomenal games, and I think we're in for another treat here in Game 12 if the first quarter is any sign of what we're going to see. The Grayson County basketball to start this second quarter of play. They work from right to left. River Blankton gets it into the backcourt to Caden Hanshaw. The 8th grader's going to set up the point. Hanshaw over to the right side, gets it into the far corner to Childress, who had 4 points. He had a really nice sequence there. We had a steal after a basket. 3 by Logston. The bank is open for the 8th grader. Left wing 3, Jack Logston. We were talking about MVP potential conversation for the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic. Jack says, don't forget about me. 17-11, 7.5 to play here in the first half of play. Brandon Rowe obviously was not happy with something he saw on offense. He just kind of did a light little shrug. Dumps it off into the near corner. Right side button. Hudson swings it over to the left wing. Goalie lowers his shoulder, stripped on the way up by Hanshaw. The ball rolls off to Hudson. They let him alone from 3. He clanks it off the back of the iron. Rebound tapped out, saved in bounds by Button into the hands of Wells Bratcher, who's into the game for South Warren. He missed the early part of the season with an injury. He's been coming back, though. And we're going to have a carry called. Trying to turn the corner was Lucas Smith, the senior guard. You're going to call that every time.
Well, Grayson dodged a bullet there because Drew Hudson's the last guy you want to have a long rebound land in the shooter's pocket of because he got that in stride, but we're not able to convert.
You give him 3 inches, he's going to make you pay. And Grayson nearly throws the ball away. Logston bails them out to go pick it up on the ground.
The basketball IQ of that young man is unbelievable.
Childress is double team, splits it. It's knocked into the backcourt. Drew Hudson's going to run it down. Reverse layup. Got it. Hudson's first points of the game. And it is a 4-point Grayson County lead at 17-13, 6:40 to play here in the opening half of play. Braden Childress, an outlet into the near side to Blankton. Spins around the defender, lays it in on the left side. What a movement by River Blanton around Wells Bratcher. He's got 6 points, and the Cougs are up by 6.
Blanton's footwork on that play, unbelievable, able to maintain control, dodges the defender setting up to take the charge, and still finishes at the rim.
Couldn't have coached it much better than that. Out to the left wing. Lucas Smith dumps it off on the interior, goes through the legs of Bratcher. He's able to get it back. Rowe at the top of the key, fakes the drive twice. Blanton kind of smiling. I don't know if those two know one another, but kind of a fun little exchange there. They're both smiling. Blanton was just kind of daring him to shoot. Rowe almost loses the dribble as he goes behind the back. They're going to back it off. Free throw line jumper. Button got it. Button's got 4. Back and forth these two teams go, and we're going to have a foul called on Drew Hudson, and that's probably a good call. He went in for the steal. Braden Childress made a little bit of contact on the backside when he did so for Hudson. His first, team second. And Zach, the thing that I like the most about it, and I know I'm going to announcer jinx myself, 5 fouls called in the first half of this game. The game has moved really well, and I like that.
Yeah, these officials have let these kids run, and it's made a very entertaining game so far.
Hanshaw splits defenders, drives down, gets it up, flips it up right side, not there. Rebound into the hands of Rowe. Here comes South Warren looking to push of their own. Rowe angles back off to Smith on the right wing. Smith drives in, floater 10 feet right side, not there. Rebounded by Bratcher on the left block. Outside to Rowe. Rowe does a ball fake. Now he'll let the straightaway 3 go. It's off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Childress in the far corner. Here comes Grayson now looking to push. Childress angles back towards the far side. Passes off to the left wing to Logston. Pulls up 10 feet near side. Too long on the rebound for South Warren. It looks like it was Hudson on the far side. Blanton gets a steal on the outlet pass. Grayson County pushes. River Blanton drives in, dumps it off to the right block to Childress. Lets the defender go by. Shot off the right side, too long. Rebound tapped out by South Warren. It's going to be Grayson County basketball. Camden Brothers re-enters for Grayson. Andrew Goley re-enters for South Warren. Brandon Rowe to take a seat for the Spartans. Hayden Robinson to take a seat for the Cougars. 4:59 left to play here in the first half. Grayson County leads South Warren 19-15 in the championship game of the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic. Hanshaw to trigger from underneath of his own basket. Scans once, scans twice, throws it out front to the 8th grader Jack Logston. Logston trying to create his own space in the right wing. Hands it back now to Blanton. Has a man in his face. River Blanton calls it down inside to Logston. Wasn't ready for the pass. Goes through his hands into the hands of Brothers, and it bounces around. It's going to stay Grayson County basketball. On the inside, that ball was bouncing around like crazy. Carlos Corals trying to pitch to Andy Thomas, and the official saying that it was tipped by Grayson. Tony Beard, the official on the inside, had the best angle out of anybody, though.
Well, it looked like it went off Button's hand as he came over. It was bounced back in.
Far side, Hanshaw drives in, kicks it off to Logston, lets the defender go by, drives down, shot, flipping it up, left side, gets the roll. Logston's got 8. Grayson leads 21-15, 4.5 to go here in the second quarter.
It's a nice finish at the rim by Logston.
He is going to be he's already a really good player. As at the rim, Lucas Smith just said, I'll take it myself. He drives down to get his first points of the game. Jack Logston, I can't wait to see 18-year-old Jack Logston.
Oh, well, you don't even have to wait that long. The biggest improvement's usually between sophomore and junior years.
Camden Brothers in the lane, shot left side, not there. Blanton gets the rebound, and it goes out of bounds off of him. Might have been fouled from behind. I think the rebound might have been off of him. Might have been fouled as well, so it kind of cancels out, and it's going to give Grayson County the ball. Landon Haycraft re-enters for the Cougars. Coming out will be Caden Hanshaw. In for South Warren was Brandon Rowe. He re-enters in place of Wells Brancher.
Well, when referees are a little reticent to call fouls, you're going to have some bang-bang plays go one way or the other throughout the course of the game.
In the near corner, Brothers takes one dribble out front now to Braden Childress. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Right elbow Childress. Out front Blanton. He'll hit the 3. Straightaway fly. Good! River Blanton puts in the 3. Blanton's got 9. Cougs up by 7. 3:48 to play in the second half. Reverse layup in transition. Laying it up is Lucas Smith.
Oh, what a finish.
What a game we have here. Brothers in the middle. Off to Blanton, who tried to fire a pass down to Haycraft. He wasn't ready for it on the left block. Blanton tried to get maybe just a little too cute there, and Haycraft was not ready for the pass. Not only that, but River Blanton was trying to channel his inner Aroldis Chapman and fire that pass down.
I had a little pepper on it, Sammy.
There was just a little bit. 24-19, Cougs on top. Smith at the free throw line, hand off to Rowe. Rowe drives in at the rim, shot left side, not there. Really nice rebound by Jack Logston. Logston being chased by Rowe up the court. Logston onto the left side, lowers the shoulder, flips it up, left there, not there, gets his own rebound and loses it on the way up.
Tried to Moses Malone it, but can't handle the rebound.
Down the near side, Smith. He throws it off in transition. Too hard. Goalie recovers. Shot's not there. Blanton with another rebound for Grayson. The Spartans have missed a lot of shots at the rim. Really, both teams have in this game. 24-19, 2:50 left to play here in the first half. Grayson County leads by 5. To the right elbow, Childress. He looks for help. Finds it out front to Brothers. It's knocked and taken away by Hudson. Hudson down the left side. Layup good. Hudson's known as a three-point shooter, but he's got 2 transition layups, and it's a 3-point game at 24-21, 2.5 left here in the first half.
He's been letting them fly throughout the tournament, but the Spartan plug role isn't just a guy off the bench who can shoot. You need hustle plays, and that's what they're getting out of Hudson tonight.
In between the circles, Haycraft. Bounce pass into Childress, so we're going to have a foul called on the inside. I believe we're going to call this on Goalie. And now we have a second whistle blown, and
a little chirpy.
One. It is on Goalie. He didn't agree with the call, and he was letting Tony Beard know. And the second whistle sometimes means technical, and I think that might have been, hey, we're just going to take it. We're going to have a timeout taken by Travis Johnston. 2:20 to go here in the first half of play. We'll take it with him. It's 24-21 Grayson. It's Cougar basketball on K105.
She used to dance and dream of a better life, a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
24-21, Grayson County leads South Warren. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first half of play of the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic. Sam Gormley and the legend from LaRue County, Mr. Zach Newton, with me here today. There you go. There's your one compliment of the day. I'll accept the $5 later.
It's the second time you've said it.
I
I'll
did.
be giving you no money for your lack of originality.
Well, you know what? You know me. I'm not necessarily the most original man in the world.
Something to be said for it, Sam.
Yes.
Something to be said for it.
It'll be Grayson County ball out of the timeout. I kind of like that timeout, though, by Travis Johnston. You know, both these teams have been running up and down this floor. Kind of a, hey, let's just breathe a second. I like it. You get 5 of them. And I think Chase Blaine, who's sitting over to our right, our head statistician today, he said it in game 1. Can't take them with you.
No, they don't have a place on the bus to store your timeouts.
Braden Childress to trigger underneath. He gets it into the near corner to Haycraft. He's going to set up the offense out front to Logston. Logston will take the 3 over top of the defender. Might have been partially blocked. It was not as it goes out. Logston might have even been fouled on.
Yeah, I was going to say he wanted the whistle there, Sam. He did not get it. Again, kind of one of the drawbacks to a game that's been allowed to kind of run this physically is that you're not going to get that whistle.
And I think they've called it both ways. They've let both of these teams play. And you know what? If you're going to do it, call it that way the entire game, and they have been doing so. Lucas Smith, 3 for the tie. It's an air ball right into the hands of River Blanton, who immediately pushes up the far side of the floor for Grayson. Angles there towards the near side, drives up, shot right side, good.
Wow.
Basket good for River Blanton. He took it to the hole all the way. And Grayson County leads 26-21, 1:50 to go in the first half of play. The South Warren fans thought that should have been a charge, but again, they've let them play the entire game. And why not let the offensive guys do it as well? Out front, Rowe dumps it off to the far side. Back now to Rowe, inside, and they're going to wait. Oh, walking with it. Rowe made the shot, but he took the extra step before he let it fly. Into the game here, Andrew Linhart re-enters. And Jack Logston to trigger right in front of Mr. Spirit. 1:38 left here in the first half. Braden Childress trying to create own spaces. South Warren setting up their full court pressure. Logston spins around and walked with it. Tried to do the ballet move. And when he did, he slid that pivot foot just ever so slightly. 90 seconds left in half number 1. 26-21. The fans that have paid admission might have to go out at halftime and pay double for what they've gotten in the first half because it's been a great game.
Been really back and forth. Very evenly matched teams. Seen a couple of big runs out of both squads. Been a lot of fun.
Right side, Posey. Out front to Goalie. Goalie swings it off to the left wing to Smith. Smith bounce pass to the left block to Rowe. Rowe kicks it back out to Smith. Guarded by Logston. Man-to-man defense for Grayson. Travis Johnston said he might play a little zone. I haven't seen it today, and we're going to have a reach-in foul called driving in. And did he say shooting foul? He did say shooting foul, so shots are going to come. That's Camden Brothers' second foul, team second.
We're going to have a conversation about shots.
I think that's going to stay on the floor if it's up to me. No, 2 shots. I don't know about that one, Zach.
Yeah, that's...
You're the unbiased party. Here is the one coming from E-Town. Rowe misses the first one.
You know what I'm going to say, Sam.
Okay, go ahead and say it.
Ball don't lie. Yeah, I obviously a foul, but I don't know that there should have been shots here.
Yes, I think it probably should have stayed on the floor. We'll see what Rowe does with the second free throw. He makes that one.
The ball tells selective truth.
26-22, Grayson still up by 4 points, 1:10 to play here in the first half. An outlet pass to left wing, Blanton. Blanton almost loses the dribble, gains it back at the shot at the rim, not there. Rebound knocked off into the hands of Posey, who pushes. No, it's Rowe rather. Euro step, flips it up right side. Foul going to be called on the inside. That one will be a shooting foul.
Yeah, that one, Logston going to pick that foul up. And, I mean, it was pretty obvious. He got there a little early, almost had the block timed.
For Logston, his first, team's 5th. Rowe back to the line. He is 2 of 3 in this game. He's got 2 coming here. River Blanton talking with the head coach, Travis Johnston, in that little break. That's something you see quite often from the senior. He's kind of the floor general. He's not the point guard, but he kind of runs things out there. He's the leader. He quite often, anytime there's a free throw, he will go talk to his head coach, Travis Johnston, kind of to see what he might see. They compare notes. That free throw is no good. He goes 1 of 2 from the line. It's a 3-point Grayson County lead. Logston is trapped. Gives it off to Haycraft on the far side. Haycraft looking for help. He's got to pick it up, and he walks with it. He was looking for help, and there was not a great lane. Travis Johnston not happy at all on the bench, because that's just a turnover that is a mental turnover on Grayson County.
Well, you can't pin a ton of that on Haycraft. He's the shortest guy on the floor for Grayson County. Everybody on South Warren's got height on him. That full court man-to-man press, you got to go help that guy out.
And Jack Logston probably should have been the man that came and did it. 48-6 here on the clock in the first half. South Warren will have a chance to tie this game if they hit a three. This is 26-23. Brandon Rowe in between the circles. Cougars sticking with the man-to-man defense. Nice defense on the interior by Haycraft. Off to the left wing, Posey. Into goalie. Back off to Smith. Smith off to the left wing now to Rowe. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Will Carlos Corals maybe hold for the final shot?
I think he's going to have an opportunity.
Drives down the left side. Smith says nope, and a foul is going to be called on the inside. And see if that's on Haycraft or it's on Logston. It's on Haycraft. It's his first, team sixth. Travis Johnston trying to argue that should be on the floor. He's not happy that it is going to be shooting foul coming for Andrew Goalie, who's 1 of 1 on this game. Came in 57% from the free throw line. First one, good for Goalie.
Well, Johnston animated after that. This one may be a stronger take that it might have been a shooting foul than the first one.
Second one, good for Goalie. Grayson County last night went to the free throw line 37 times. They have not been to the stripe tonight. And there's a foul going to be called on Linhart. That's his first, team's fourth.
I just heard a fan say he was shooting. Might have been Johnson, actually.
I mean, listen, Jack Logston, I wouldn't put it past him. He'll pull up from anywhere. Trigger it into Hanshaw. 18 seconds left here. Hanshaw splits defenders. He's going to lower his shoulder, get to the hoop. Right side layup, got it. He just saw the window open, and he took it himself. 10 seconds left in the first half of play. It's a three-point advantage. Rowe deep on the left wing with 4 seconds. Rowe lowers his shoulder, gets down to the right side. Blocked by Logston into the hands of Haycraft. Haycraft from three-quarters court at the buzzer. It's no good, left. The end of the first half of play. Grayson County leads South Warren 28-25. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the halftime show here on Grayson County's High School's Owensboro Health Holiday Classic. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you today as Grayson County leads South Warren 28-25 at the half. Coming up on our halftime show, we will run down the scores from this game. We'll see if we can't hit on a score or two from around the region. Obviously, a lot of games wrapping up right now with the holiday coming tomorrow. Not a lot of teams playing on New Year's Eve. We'll try to see if we can't find you a score or two from that one. Of course, we'll get you ready for half number 2 after that. Again, your score at the half. It's Grayson County Cougars 28, the South Warren Spartans 25. We'll take a break. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches? Ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on. To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Grayson County leads South Warren in the championship game of the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic 28-25 at the half. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton back here with you. Zach, not a lot of scores that we could bring from around the region, but we can mention Greene County with a win against Nicholas County in the third-place game. Fifth-place game saw Clinton County defeat Glasgow, and then the seventh-place game saw Davis County pick up a win against Bullitt Central. That's the biggest thing with games so far. I mean, we've just had, there have been a couple of bigger margins today, but, I think this tournament as a whole has been really entertaining. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed the couple of days I got to be here. I had a game of my own up in Campbellsville on Wednesday, so wasn't able to make it down for the first day, but the last 2 days have been a lot of fun. Been some very good basketball, and it's nice to get to put a bow on this one with you here tonight, Sam.
Biggest thing with this, too, is it's not only just been good basketball, it's been even basketball, which I like. It's not like there's been one team, and I talked about this yesterday, it's not like there's been one team that is, the Boston Celtics out there, and it's like they're just rolling through everybody, and they're winning every game by 30 points. And it's really not like there's one team that is the Kentucky Wildcats against Power 5 teams recently. That's a UK fan that's saying that. I can say it as a Kentucky fan. But still, it's been really even, and that's what I've liked the most. Travis Johnston and Jason Kincaid, I'm sure, were the pair that put together this field, and if not, I'm giving them the credit. Maybe we'll give Lacey Cox credit. She's the principal. She deserves credit, too. Maybe she had some sort of a hand in on doing it. Sounds good to me, right, Zach?
Yeah, sure, why not?
See any scores? I know you were looking at one that you could maybe bring us from at least the E-Town area.
Well, Central Hardin picks up a 64-29 win today. They put, oh, God, I got to count. This is awful. 11 kids scored.
That'll do.
They got the whole they were up 45-11 at the half. I saw that during an earlier game, and clearly Matt Nickel went to the subs and got some kids an opportunity to play. They finished the Ellis Trucking Classic in Mercer County 3-0, so a good run for them. As we got some good district basketball coming up there in the 17th district, Sam. Where I don't know if you know this, but it is #bangers only.
That's what I hear. You got some good basketball coming up in the 12th district, especially after the first of the year as well. And then really quickly, we'll also touch and congratulate Travis Perry. He is now second all-time in the state, in his state history for total points scored, 3,669 points. He's now going to try and pass King Kelly Coleman. Zach, very quickly, yes or no, does he do it?
Yeah.
I think so as well. We got to take a break, come back, and run down the scoring after this. Cougar Basketball on K105.
Remember.
Honor.
Teach.
Your $15 sponsorship goes to placing a wreath on the headstone of an American hero. For more information, please visit wreathsacrossamerica.org.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
Us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Grayson County leads 28-25 at the half, running down the scoring very, very quickly for the Cougars. 11 points for River Blankton, 8 for Jack Logston for South Warren, 5 each for Brandon Rowe and Andrew Goley, 4 apiece for Smith, Button, Hudson. Second half's next here on K105.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back. Second half of action is here. Grayson County and South Warren. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton with you. It's 28-25. Grayson County leads the scoring one more time. River Blankton 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals for the Cougars. 8 points for Jack Logston. Grayson shot 60% from the field. Out-rebounded the Spartans by 1 point. For South Warren, they shot 42% of the field, but really spread out the scoring 5-5, 4-4, 4-3. That'll get it done, Zach.
Yeah, you got to get a bunch of kids in the book, get some confidence up in that first half. They kept it close. It's going to be a lot of fun for 16 minutes.
And we are underway here in half number 2. South Warren with the ball, working from right to left now on your radio dials. It'll be Lucas Smith on the right side with a handoff pass to Rowe now straight away. Spartans trail by 3 points. They led 6-0 early. Grayson County ended up going on a 12-0 run to take the lead, and the Cougars have not looked back. Spartans have only been able to get it to within 3 since that point. Driving down the near side, almost losing the dribble was Goley. Nice defense by Hanshaw. Goley spins it around, throws it out front to Posey. Posey swings it off to Linhart. Linhart down the left side. Dylan Horn back into the game for Grayson with those 2 early fouls, and there's a deep 3 on the left side by Posey to tie the game up. His first points of the game. It's 28-all. 7:20 to play in the third quarter. Dylan Horn picked up 2 quick fouls early on in this game. Had to sit on the bench for all but 55 seconds of this game, and Dylan Horn had been playing phenomenal in this tournament. 7:05 left to play in the third quarter. 28-all. Grayson with their first offensive possession of the game. It's been the Blankton and Logston show for the Cougs early on. Out front, Blankton in between the circles.
Be interesting to see if Horn can come off the bench here now in this second half and recreate some of that.
Inside to Blankton, left side spin move, not there. Rebound on the floor by Smith. Hanshaw tried to split it away from him, but Smith ends up coming down with it. Free throw line spins up, left side shot for the lead, not there. Logston gets the rebound, and here come the Cougs looking to push. Logston up the far side of the floor. He'll drive down, loses the ball, runs into a man, and it ends up coming down for South Warren. Rowe down the far side of the floor, dumps it off to Smith, and a touch foul is going to be called on Caden Hanshaw.
Seems like the refs just needed a breather after that torrid sequence.
That is his first and the team's first. I think the broadcaster might need a little bit of a break there. That's when it feel like we're part auctioneer at that point.
Well, you're not used to having me here either.
6.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. No, I'm used to doing this all by myself. 3 on the far side, not there for South Warren. Rebounded by Dylan Horn. 6:25 to play in the third quarter. Free throw line out front now to Caden Hanshaw to set up the point for Grayson. The 8th grader had 2 points in the second quarter of the game. And it was at the very end of the first half of play where he just saw the Red Sea part and just lowered his shoulder and got down the right side. Braden Childress had a really good sequence as well in the first half of play. It's out front to Logston. Thought about the three instead. The free throw line, he thought about that. It didn't have an opening either time. Had to find Hanshaw. Hanshaw inside the free throw line. Floats towards the basket. Shot's not there. And that'll be a foul called, and it'll be whistled on Linhart. That'll be his second, team first. And, Zach, that one I can guarantee is going to be a shooting foul.
Yeah, he was well in the middle of trying to put that shot up. I really like this is my first week in seeing Hanshaw, and I really like his game.
Hanshaw hits the first free throw. He's over 80% on the season. Hanshaw is going to be a running back and DB specialist for the Cougar football team. I know head coach Brian Jones of the football team, to say he's excited about getting his hands on Caden Hanshaw, he's probably an understatement. Quickly moving down the right side, we're going to have a foul called, and it'll be whistled on Dylan Horn. Poor Dylan Horn is saying, what do I need to do to stay in the game? Linhart's going to get free throws. For Horn, that'll be his third, team second. Let's see what Travis Johnston does. Will he leave the big man in the game, or will he go to the bench? Appears that the bench will be the decision. Linhart to the line. He leads the team in free throw percentage at about 74%, and the first one is there for Linhart. It's his first points of the game. Linhart plays in the baseball team as well. Only limited at bats, but 2 RBIs and 10 at bats. So when he got his opportunity, he made him pay. Second free throw short. Hanshaw goes up and grabs the rebound with a hair flying in the back. South Warren trails Grayson 30-29. Right wing, Childress inside to Haycraft. Back off to Childress. 3 right side, off the back of the iron. Long rebound chased down by Smith. South Warren pushing 2-on-3. Smith kicks it off out front to Rowe. Rowe bobbles down the left side, goes up with a shot. It's short, and a blocking foul is going to be called on River Blanton.
Now, there wasn't a ton. If Blanton had just stayed in and gone straight up instead of selling the contact, they probably don't blow the whistle.
I probably would have not blown the whistle anyways. I'd have probably said play on. It'll be Brandon Rowe to the line, but that's just me. And as I always say, there's a reason I'm sitting up here and not down there in stripes. Many of that comes with I don't want to have to run up and down the floor and listen to some parents.
Well, my thought here is that when Blanton goes down there, he puts himself in a dangerous position. You have to stop the game for his safety. Problem is, not a ton of contact. He rotated maybe a little late. It's one of those calls where the refs are going to call something, and when you flop, maybe not flop, but when you sell the contact, because there was a little, you put yourself in a position where you make them call something.
Rowe goes 1 of 2 from the line. Logston gets the loose ball. He's double teamed, throws it over the far side, taken away by Smith. Smith in transition, blocked from behind by Blanton, but a foul is going to be called on the Cougars. This is either going to be on Blanton or Logston. It is on Blanton. That is his second, team's fourth. And free throws are going to come now for Lucas Smith. He's made 2/3 of his free throws this season. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Travis Johnston. It'll be a 30-second timeout, 5:21 to go in the third. It's 30-all. It's Cougar basketball on K105.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
5:21 left here in the third quarter of play. It is Grayson County 30, South Warren 30. To the free throw line will be Lucas Smith shooting 2 to try and give the Spartans their first lead since it was 6-4. And then Jack Logston hit the 3 that was capping off or beginning to really run into that 12-0 run that Grayson County had in that first quarter of play. Smith's first free throw is there. South Warren has the lead. Smith also on the soccer team for South Warren. Second on the team with 6 goals for the South Warren soccer team. And like every sport, another murderer's row of a district that is the soccer district as well in that 14th district. You can pick the sport. It's a murderer's row in that Warren County area. 5:21 to go in the third quarter of play. Splitting defenders as Logston picks up his dribble. Might have gotten away with a walk. Gets it off back here to the near side to Hanshaw. Double teamed. Hanshaw's a poked away, taken away. Here comes fast break. Posey, left side layup there. Cougars have done well with pressure at times this season, but then at other times they have really struggled. Blanton up the far side of the floor. Drives down, bounce pass to Haycraft. Lets the defender go by. Blocked out of bounds by South Warren.
That's just Haycraft getting picked on for being the little guy. It was a nice play to pump fake to get the first defender to go by. I'd like to see him go up and get the foul there and go to the free throw line and earn him.
He is a very good free throw shooter as well. Be out front to Hanshaw. Cougars need a bucket here as they trail by 4 points. Hanshaw drives down the right side, misses the layup. Inside the lane, the rebound's topped off and picked up by Linhart. Here comes Rowe down the near side, guarded by Childress. Rowe in the near corner, out front to Linhart. Linhart gets bumped by Childress, out front now to Smith. Smith now going to slow things down. Now he hurries up down the lane, out to 3, right side. Good for South Warren. On the right side, it's knocked in by Posey. And did we have a timeout or not?
I think we've got a technical foul on Drew Hudson.
How about that? Drew Hudson picks up the technical foul, and if you're South Warren, that is not what you need after you got good old Uncle Mo wearing black and silver. Carlos Corals is pleading his case to the officials. Drew Hudson was on the bench too when the technical happened.
I think what happened, we had the bench mob moment as Jack Logston's going to shoot the technical free throws. We had the bench mob moment. I think Hudson got on the floor.
That'll do it. Free throw for Jack Logston. He makes the first. Logston went to the free throw line a casual 19 times last night. Went 14 of 19. He made his first 10, and he's made his first 2 here today, and he moves into double figures with 10 points, 37-32, and Grayson County's got the ball. I'm assuming South Warren probably assumed that Travis Johnston was taking a timeout. And you know what happens if you assume, Zach?
Well, I can't say it on the radio.
Well, you can, but it's a family broadcast, so we're not going to. Hanshaw drives down the right side, lowers his shoulder, gets in the lane, shot's good. Count the basket, he'll go to the line.
Well, Sam, I don't want to be the guy who says the thing. He got away with a murder of a travel on that one.
Lucas Smith picks up the foul, his first, team's third. Caden Hanshaw to the line to try and convert on the and one. He's 2 of 2 in this game. Hanshaw puts it in. We have some contact after the play as well. And I'm sure we're going to have to get the mop out and clean that because knowing River Blanton, man, is a big-time sweater, so that's probably a little pool down there. Spinning down the lane, and a foul is going to be called on the spin, called on Grayson County. It's called on Hanshaw. His second, team's 5th, and right on cue, the fouls are starting to pick up here on both teams after Grayson has a little 5-0 run. It'll be Lucas Smith to the free throw line. He will shoot 2. He made his last 2. He's got 6 points for the game. First one's up, and it is good. South Warren making their free throws in this game. The Spartans are on a 9-game winning streak. It's their longest streak in program history. Second one, he gets the shooter's roll. They're looking to make it a double-digit 10. 39-35. Hanshaw, an outlet pass over to the left wing to Blanton. Blanton drives down the left side, goes up, shot not there, rebound tapped off, second chance out of bounds, saved in by Haycraft. He throws it into the right wing to Hanshaw. Hanshaw drives down the right side, lowers his shoulder, it's blocked, it bounces around. South Warren, loose ball, and we're going to have a foul called on Logston, and that'll be a hustle foul on Logston. That'll be his second, team 6th. Ryan Keyes, manager out there, he's going to clean up after the scrum for the ball.
Hanshaw moving a little gingerly, was holding his lower back, is back to that lower back now. We'll keep an eye on that.
He has dealt with a back injury. It kept him out of some of his football season last year. I hope it's not re-aggravating that because as someone that's dealt with back issues, I do not wish that on just about anybody. Left wing Linhart, South Warren up by 4, 39-35, 350. Logston almost got the steal on the interior, flipping it out to Smith on the left wing. Crossing it to the right side. Posey looking for an inch. Out front to Rowe. Rowe off to the left side to Linhart. Linhart guarded by Childress. Man-to-man defense for Grayson. Swinging it off to the right side. Right elbow shot for Rowe. He's short, clinks off the front of the iron. River Blanton's there to pick it up. River spins around, and he's just going to slowly walk the ball up the court. Grayson County's going to have it. 39-35, they trail. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter of play. 5-out look for Grayson. Travis Johnson wanting some ball movement now at the top of the key. They're going to put Blanton on the inside. They give it to Blanton at the right elbow. He spins towards the middle, flips it up. Shot's not there, but Blanton will go to the free throw line. Linhart helps him up, and free throws are going to come after the foul by Lucas Smith, his second, team's fourth. Blanton to the line. He has struggled at the free throw line this season, under 40%. He's been dealing with a little bit of a nagging arm injury, which could potentially be part of the reason that he struggled at free throws. First one, short. In fact, I don't even know that it touched the net.
Yeah, I don't think he collected anything with that one. I will tell you, I do like the offensive play there by the Cougars to get the ball into Blanton, guarded by Posey. Unfortunately, that he's not able to convert because, like you said, he is struggling a little at the free throw line.
Drew Hudson into the game for South Warren. Second one for Blanton. That one's good. It rattles in for the senior big man. He's got 12. It's a three-point game, 39-36, 3:10 to go here from Grayson County High School. Bryce Button also into the game for the Spartans. Going to back it off, and Andrew Goley passes off to the right side to Linhart. Cougars in a quarter-court man-to-man defense. Free throw line. Button takes one dribble outside to Linhart. Thought about the three. Linhart drives in, jump pass near side. They give Hudson space, and Hudson makes him pay.
Well, the fear's got to be that technical foul going to fire Hudson up.
He's got 7 points. Landon Haycraft drives down the right side. His high layup is missed. Here comes South Warren. Fast break down the right side. Linhart pulls up in the lane. Might have gotten away with a walk. Rowe inside the lane. That shot's good on the left side. South Warren on a little run here. They lead by 8 points. 2.5 to go in the third quarter of play. Jack Logston picks up his dribble. Gives it to Haycraft. Haycraft back to Logston. Over to the far side to Hanshaw. Hanshaw drives in. Euro step shot left side. Good, but an offensive foul is going to be called on Caden Hanshaw.
A tough break. Is Hanshaw able to finish the layup, but the referees like it for an offensive foul. And here comes Ryan Keys with the mop.
He's always ready. Dylan Horn going to come back into the game with those 3 fouls. 2:19 to left here in quarter number 3. It is 44-36. Grayson County needs a stop here on defense.
They really do. You're not in danger necessarily the wheels falling off, but you got to get a stop and a bucket to quell this momentum that South Warren has built up here.
Travis Johnston still pleading his case to the official Tony Beard about that offensive foul, or at least on something else. In between the circles, South Warren with the 8-point lead, their largest lead of the game. They led once 6-0. It's their largest lead since that point. Grayson County has had a decent lead of their own. Right side, Linhart. Do a handoff pass to Goley. Goley's going to back it off here in between the circles with 2 left in the third quarter. Inside now to a shot on the inside by Rowe. Blocked by Brothers on the interior. The South Warren fans wanted a foul. Tony Beard said that he got all ball on the inside, the official. 1:44 left in the third. Blanton has his pocket picked by Rowe. Fast break opportunity down the right side. Lays it in on the right side for Brandon Rowe. Timeout taken by Travis Johnston. 1:36 left in the third quarter. It is 46-36. South Warren leads Grayson County. Travis Johnston not happy with his team whatsoever right now as the wheels are kind of falling off for the Cougars after this full court pressure has come from the Spartans.
Got to right the ship here. This is a good timeout by Johnston. Settle the kids down, give them a talk, figure out what the problem is. You know, Blanton loses the handle, gets a little crossed up, and Rowe's able to push the lead to double digits with a fast break layup. You want to make sure that you can slow him down. 2 blocks and 3 steals for that young man on the night.
Biggest thing here is River Blanton and Jack Logston had 19 points in the first half of play. In the second half, 3, all of them coming from the charity stripe. Travis Johnson going to have to find a way to get them involved, and part of that is going to have to be credit to Carlos Corals and some of the adjustments that they have made on defense to try and slow down these guys.
Well, we've seen a lot of full court out of South Warren, especially since halftime. They've made Grayson County a little uncomfortable. I know that, Grayson County has some good guards. They don't really have a pure point guy. I mean, obviously Logston, a capable ball handler.
Brayton Childress is their
Childress
poor
as
point.
well, but Childress gives up some size. South Warren has a lot of length that they're going to put at the front of a press. I've seen E-Town do this for years, especially with Aiden Evans. You got a 6'10" kid at the front of a press. It's really hard for your guards to deal with.
They like putting Brandon Rowe up there at times for South Warren, tall and lengthy guard. Give it into River Blanton. It's back into the middle to Brayden Childress. 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Cougars have only scored from the field once in this quarter. They trail by 10 points. Logston down the right side. He's stripped, and a foul's going to be called on Rowe. His second, team's 5th.
It's a nice heads-up play by.
No, it's not on Rowe. It is instead on Linhart. That's his third.
I don't know which one of those is better for you if you're Grayson County.
I probably have wanted it on Rowe. Logston to the line. He'll shoot 2. First one is good for Jack Logston. He's got 11 points now in the game. Be Justin Posey into the game for South Warren. Coming out will be Andrew Linhart. Carlos Corrals, the head coach for South Warren, longtime assistant under Tim Riley and William Unsold at Warren Central High School. Second free throw good by Jack Logston. Also played some college football at Western Kentucky University as a wide receiver. Plenty of Western Kentucky celebrities in the stands as well, coming from the south side of Bowling Green. Down the right side, Andrew Goley just took it right to the hole and laid it in on the right side. Back to a 10-point game. Gonna stop the clock as that ball was rolling around. Nobody was able to get a handle on it. Andy Thomason smartly just said, hey, let's just stop this clock. Let's get the ball in and let's reset. Jack Logston runs into the pressure. Into the middle to Horn. Horn dumps it off to Brothers on the right block. Brothers goes up with a shot. It's there for Camden Brothers. That's one of the best possessions offensively in the second half for Grayson. Inside the lane, and that's not what they want, but he walks with it beforehand. The extra step taken by Bryce Button, but that pressure break was perfect for Grayson. And if they can start turning that in, it's going to force South Warren to break out of that, and then it's a game.
The only thing I want to see different is I want Brothers to go straight up. I think we talked about this earlier, that hesitation, you're missing the opportunity to pick up the foul.
Childress on the far side of the floor. He's got to break the timeline, gets to the middle of the Horn. It's off his hands, though, taken away by Hudson. Hudson on the left wing. They give him space for the three. In and out. The shooter misses it. Rebounded by Button. He was not touched, and he follows. That's not going to make the head coach happy at all. Horn into the middle. Crosses it to the left wing to Brothers. Brothers drives down. Euro step. Fades it away in the lane. Shot is way short. On the floor, South Warren's got it. They lead by 10 points. 25 seconds to go. Carlos Corrals, the head coach. He comes to South Warren in his first season after spending time at Russellville. For Carlos Corrals, he's the 6th head coach in the last 9 seasons for the Spartans. They've had a lot of turnover in that program. They got it with 10 seconds left. Goley at the left elbow, out to Hudson. 3, left side, it's long. Rebounded on the inside by Rowe. Shot, he is blocked and fouled by Dylan Horn. And the Grayson County fans don't like it, Zach, but I think that was a good call.
Well, you heard the Grayson County fans react. Coach Johnston react as well, but his frustration is with Dylan Horn, his senior forward, picking up his 4th foul.
To the line is Rowe with 3.6 seconds on the clock. It rattles in. The Spartans have scored 26 points in this quarter. They've outscored the Cougars 26-12. Third quarter has not been good at Grayson. Travis Johnson prides his team on, for one, keeping teams under 50 and keeping teams under 10 per quarter. And that's not happening at all in this third quarter. The shooters roll there for Rowe. 52-40, 3.6 on the clock. Jack Logston's got to get it in. He throws it the length of the floor, and it's going to go out of bounds. He had way more time than he thought he did. At the end of quarter number 3, it's the Spartans taking control of this one. They lead 52-40. This is Cougar basketball on K105.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
South Warren scores in that third quarter and outscores the Cougars 27-12. They have a 52-40 lead at the end of the third quarter of play. Travis Johnston not happy with his team again in the huddle. Grayson County only scored twice from the field in that quarter. Did get some free throws that at least kept it, but the 3 started falling for South Warren. They had 3 threes in the quarter. got some points at the free throw line as well, but it's been the pressure that Grayson County has not been able to have an answer for.
Well, South Warren plus 7, in the steals and blocks column. They are, and this is, I'm going to be critical for a minute. Hanshaw getting scolded by the official for not having his jersey tucked in enough. And that's just silly policing.
7:50 left in the fourth quarter of play. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton here with you on the call from Grayson County High School. Hanshaw down the right side. He goes up with a shot. It's not there, but he'll go to the line shooting 2. Hanshaw's a good free throw shooter. Foul's going to be called on Bryce Button. That'll be his first, team's 6th. The next foul will be free throws for Grayson. Both these teams will be shooting a lot of free throws here in this fourth quarter of play. There's no other way to put it about it. That Hanshaw to the line. 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. In this game, the first one he misses. He doesn't get the shooter's roll there. Hit off the front of the rim, went back.
Well, the trouble here, you got to slow down a little bit. Scoring with the clock stopped, the best way to cut into this lead. You got to make everything count at the free throw line from here out.
Hanshaw misses both free throws. It goes in and out. Free throws have been an Achilles heel of this Grayson County team for really the past 2 years. 52-40, South Warren on top. 7 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter of play. Brandon Rowe out front to Hudson. Hudson picked up by Childress off to the right wing. Grayson County's got to get some stops on defense. Allowing 27 points in a quarter is very unlike a Travis Johnston team. And that's probably the thing that frustrates him the most is the defensive lapses. Free throw line extended jumper is not there. Rebound saved in by Childress. He tightropes the sideline to keep it from going out. Outlet to Logston. Logston drives down the near side, tried to do the spin move, gets it out to Robinson. 3 right side, in and out. Rowe gets the rebound. South Warren's rebounding has taken an advantage. Grayson County had out-rebounded them by 1 in the first half of play. Zach, I don't have the official stat, but I would assume that the Spartans are out-rebounding the Cougars since that point. Hanshaw picks up his 4th foul. Team's 9th, 1-1 will come for Andrew Goley.
Well, not the foul you want if Hanshaw. They've been forced, or if you're Grayson County with the 4th on Hanshaw, they've been forced to go small, and he has been at least pretty capable of working against the South Warren defense.
Goley makes the first. He'll have one more coming. This would make it a 14-point lead. It's up and not there. River Blanton gets the rebound. That one rolled all the way around the rim, but falls out. The road rim's not friendly for the shooter for South Warren. Logston is triple teamed. He finds Haycraft. Haycraft pulls up 10 feet left side, in and out. The rims aren't friendly for Grayson either, and here come the Spartans looking to do a run out. It is Hudson down the lane, flips it up, reverse layup is there for Drew Hudson. He's got 6 points in transition. He's got 9 for the game. It's 55-40. Inside to Robinson off the left side. Layup not there again. Grayson misses another layup at the rim. Cougars have gone ice cold.
Oh, no.
Outside Hudson, deep 3 straight away. It's short. Rebounded on the floor by Robinson for Grayson. River Blanton to go. As Foreigner says, it's cold as ice right now for Grayson County. They got to find a way.
Yeah, they are looking snake bit here at the start of the fourth quarter. They've got to find some offense. I think maybe creating a mismatch with some screen, getting Blanton down low, a good move. There's a pick and roll.
Childress is double teamed, finds Haycraft. Haycraft fires down to Blanton on the left block. Shots up, not there, but it'll go to the free throw line. Tell you, here's the thing with Grayson. They look like a team playing their 3rd game in 3 days.
Well, South Warren does not.
They do not. Now, South Warren played at 1 o'clock game 1, 5 o'clock yesterday, 7 o'clock tonight. Grayson played at 7. Does that really matter? I don't think so. But I know if you asked Travis Johnston, for one, he would have said exactly what you did, Zach, is South Warren's also playing their 3rd game in 3 days. You can't use that as an excuse. And I don't think he would. But you can tell that Grayson's, you see some hands on hips out there where South Warren really doesn't. Second one for Blanton. He gets the shooter's roll there. And it is 55-41. 5:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Crossing it off to the right side, it is Lucas Smith to run the point here for South Warren. Picks up his dribble, guarded by Logston. Cougars going back man-to-man down to Rowe on the left block, or that's Posey rather. He misses the layup. Dylan Horn might have stepped on the baseline there. I'm picking up that rebound, but the officials do not call it.
Well, reward that young man for playing good, clean defense right there.
Blanton spins down, flips it up left side. Another shot at the rim. Grayson County's interior shooting has not been great today. Lucas Smith crosses it into the near corner to Hudson. Hudson back out to Smith on the left wing. Smith drives down left side. Layup not there. Logston gets the rebound. Cougars have numbers if they want to take it. Logston behind the back dribble. Angles back here towards the near side. Spins down the left lane. Shot off left side's not there, but Logston will go to the line. Foul called on Justin Posey. His first. Team's 8th. Jack Logston will shoot 2, 4 of 4 in this game. He's got 12 points. Coming off of a career-high 30 last night. He had 16. First free throw not there for Logston. Cougars are now 1 of 5 on free throws in this fourth quarter of play. Yeah, Logston had 16 game 1, 30 last night. Second one, Logston, good. 1 is better than 0, but you needed 2 when you're down by double digits against a really talented team. We have an offensive foul called. Looks like an illegal screen whistled on South Warren. It'll be called on Andrew Goley. That is his second, team's 8th. Zach, I didn't see it, but I always look at the opposing coach, and Carlos Quarles didn't seem to have any problem with it, which usually says it's probably the right call.
Yeah, he's guilty. I think that's actually their 9th foul, so both teams going to shoot 2 free throws the rest of the way. Could be important to keep track of.
Haycraft on the left wing, picks up his dribble, spins it around, gives it back now to Childress. Childress drives in, floater in the lane, gets it to roll in.
Barely got that over the front of the rim, Sam, but nice finish by that young man at the rim.
11-point game, 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 55-44. Cougars trying to chip away at this game. That's what you need to do. On the right side, Posey. Guarded by Horn, off to Rowe on the left wing. Rowe looked to get it inside, instead gives it outside to Hudson. Hudson guarded by Childress. To the free throw line, Smith. Inside to Posey. Posey bounces it out front now to Rowe. Rowe jump pass out front. Driving down the right side. Back now to Posey. 3 near side. No good. Rebound on the floor. Ripped down by South Warren. Going up, Goley. Right side shot is good, and he's fouled.
If Blanton stands and goes straight up instead of jumping, it's probably a block shot.
Landon Haycraft picks up the foul. That is his second, team's 10th. Goley to the line to try and convert on the N1.
Well, knowing they got Haycraft, I take back what I said. Probably not much Blanton could have done.
Second free throw is there for Goley. 58-44, 4 minutes left here. Grayson County, they got to start making some shots, and we're going to have a foul called on Drew Hudson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming for Grayson County. For Hudson, that'll be his 3rd. And we have a whistle blown here, as it should be 2 fouls, or 2 double bonus here coming.
I don't think the clock stopped is the issue.
Oh, okay. You know those clock operators.
Well, they're hard to come by.
I thought that was the double bonus. I guess it's just 9th.
It should be 2. Should
Two
be 2
shots.
shots.
Okay, it is 2 shots. There it is. Brandon Rowe trying to play the case that it's 1-1. But it is the second foul. Braden Childress to the line. He will shoot 2. The first one is no good for Braden Childress.
Well, we're going to talk in the postgame show if this result holds about free throw shooting, because it's been the snake venom for Grayson County.
Welcome to Grayson County basketball for the last year plus. It's been the Achilles heel for this Grayson County team. Outlet pass over to the far side, Hudson. Behind the back pass, driving down is Smith amongst the trees, kicks it into the near corner. Inside to Rowe. Rowe back outside, and it's actually a really smart play here by Goley. He backs it off. He knows he's got a 13-point lead with under 4 minutes to go. There's no point going quick. If you miss a shot, you're going to get Grayson County out and let them run, which they have had success at times in this game. Out front, Hudson. Hudson guarded by Childress off to the right wing. Inside to Rowe. Rowe kicks it off to the far side. Catch and shoot 3 by Posey is in. The Spartans have lost their mind in this second half of play. Another 3 puts in, and South Warren leads 61-45. They appear to be on their way to winning the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic. Haycraft shot might have been partially blocked from behind. He misses it, gains his own rebound back, gives it to Logston, who cuts down the lane. Shot's good on the left side. Nice play by Logston. It's his first points from the field in the second half.
And that's going to be another big stat to talk about, but South Warren has absolutely gone nuclear in the second half.
Grayson County down by 2 touchdowns. And sadly, Brian Jones isn't the one on the sideline. Touchdowns aren't going to come right here. It's going to be Travis Johnston instead on the sidelines. Smith to the free throw line. Hudson, he lowers his shoulder, gets down right side. Basket good, and he'll go to the line. Hudson, perfect from the free throw line on the season. And that's Dylan Horn. That'll be 4. He will not score in this game. Travis Johnson going to wait some time to see who he will send in. He's got 20 seconds, and Johnston is going to take all 20. He calls for Camden Brothers will come in place of him. Camden going to take his time as well. He gets full 20. We're going to count down 5. It's like New Year's a day early, or what are we, a day early, yes. Be Drew Hudson to the line. He will try to convert on the N1. Drew Hudson's dad, Travis Hudson, the GOAT, I will call him, of volleyball in the state of Kentucky. I mean, Zach, here you go. 722 career matches won. Last 4 seasons, just a casual number here. 112-9.
It's not a bad win percentage.
Not bad at all. Now, Travis very much knows Grayson County is the free throw no good by Drew Hudson. He played football and basketball at Edmondson County, the biggest rival of the Cougars. Spinning it around, Hanshaw. He's double-teamed in the backcourt. Throws it off in the near corner. Blanton, the pass was probably going to Brothers. Blanton thought it was going to him. He tapped it off, and South Warren's got it. Posey, 3 in transition, right side. It's an air ball. Rebound out of bounds off of Goley on the inside. 2:20 to go. 16-point deficit for Grayson County. And, Zach, we're going to need a little short of a miracle as Hanshaw wide open. He drives down the right side, goes up, shot. He's fouled. The basket's good. He'll go to the line.
That's a good start. Still a long road to hoe, but it's a good start.
It is a good start. Hanshaw to the line. Zach, who was that foul on?
That's on Rowe.
That was on Rowe. That is only his second. And Henshaw converts on the N1. Cougars trail 63-50. Mr. Spirit stands on the Grayson County sideline trying to will his team to a comeback. 2:08 to play in the fourth quarter. Right side Posey, guarded by Brothers. Being chased backwards, and wow, a foul on the near side. They're going to call it. Call it on Brothers. No, I think they whistle Blanton. It is on Blanton. That is his third. I was going to say, I thought they were calling that from the far side of from the near side to the far side on Brothers, and I was going to say a little something. Ben Stamper, the official, explaining to River Blanton what he saw. River gets the explanation. He doesn't necessarily agree with it. Free throws will come. First one's good for Brandon Rowe. (64-50), 2:01 to go. It's good. 15-point South Warren lead, 2 minutes to go. River Blanton taps it off to Hanshaw. Hanshaw drives down the near side into the middle. Jump pass outside taken away by Posey, and that might just do it. Rowe over to the far side, inside to Goley. Goley hands it off. Smith tried the reverse layup and tried to feed Hudson on the outside. Childress gets the steal, and now we're going to have a reach-in foul called on Goley. That'll be his third. This game honestly reminds me of kind of the opposite of yesterday, where Grayson County went to the free throw line a ton. They went to the line 37 times compared to Nicholas County at first glance went to the line about 8 times. It's been the opposite today, where South Warren has taken up residency. They might have to send Superintendent Doug Robinson a check to pay rent at the free throw line in this game.
It's expensive real estate.
It is. He's around here somewhere. I saw him around here somewhere earlier. In fact, yep, he's in his perch where he usually is. Childress misses the second free throw. Logston cleans it up on the inside. Childress goes 1 of 2. Logston gets the basket on the inside. It's a 12-point game, 90 seconds to go. Cougars now going with zone full court pressure. Trying to cause some pressure and cause the Spartans to speed up.
I think it might be too little too late, unfortunately.
Goley. Now looks like a little 2-1-2 zone. Over to the far side. Spartans just passing it around. Goley drives in amongst the trees. Left side shot good for Andrew Goley. 67-53, 14-point South Warren lead. An outlet pass to Camden Brothers on the left wing. Brothers backs it off to Childress. Childress to Logston. Deep right wing 3. Good. He knocked it down from Short Creek. A deep 3 for Jack Logston. An 11-point deficit still for Grayson. Alton trying to do whatever he can to keep the Cougs in it. Drew Hudson out to the right side. Now they're going to back it off here. 45 seconds to go. We've seen some times in this tournament, Zach, where they'll still foul at this point. Hanshaw will foul, and that'll be 5 for Caden Hanshaw. He'll foul out of this game with 9 points, if I can do math correctly. Is that what you got, Zach?
Yeah.
Did you need to get
No. I got him with 10.
See, 4, 6, 9.
I got him a free throw that maybe you don't have.
We'll have to look at it. We'll have to check with our head statistician, Chase Blaine.
I'm not. So Max McCubbin, my color commentator in E-Town, usually does stats. I'm just trying to be
First
a
free
team
throw
player.
is not good by Goalie. I'm a one-man show when it comes to that. Travis Johnson going to go to the bench. Zach Bratcher, Gage Napier, Bentley Martin, and Kobe Martin come into the game. And with Kobe Martin, Travis Johnson says that he might be the best athlete in the program for Grayson County. Lucas Pierce also into the game for Grayson. And Carlos Corals will also go in, and he'll bring in his new players. You'll have Ty Krogan, Sam Degenhardt, Cameron Bell. There was one more that snuck in there, Jace Jarvis. Free throw is good. And now Goalie will come out in place of him. It's going to be Griffin Raridan. Raridan is the son of new WKU baseball coach Mark Raridan, who's sitting down to our left.
Hold it together, Sammy.
Which Zach and I would say, as WKU alums, we're very happy to have him as the baseball coach. 3 by Zach Bratcher, not there. Rebounded on the inside, saved in by South Warren, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Well, I haven't got to say it yet because this is the first time I've been on a Grayson County game, but there's a kid named Bratcher on a Grayson County roster. You could set your watch by it.
3 near side is up and good. Bentley Martin knocks in the 3. His first career points for Bentley Martin. 68-59. It's a 9-point deficit, 10 seconds to go. Let's see if Carlos Corals will let the young guys shoot. He will not. He holds up the stop sign. Not going to let the young guys play. The South Warren Spartans will win the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic by a final score of 68-59. Been a great tournament. So we'll take a break and come back and wrap things up after this. Again, your final score, Grayson County falls 68-59. It's Cougar basketball on K105.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Jaden. Turning it over to Brian Payton. They're doing the trophy presentation for Grayson County as the second place team.
Well, Sam, I'll tell you, I will give a lot of credit to Travis Johnston for bringing in some good competition to this holiday tournament. We occasionally make a joke about how some teams schedule these.
We welcome back our radio coverage here really quick as we're turning it over to Brian Payton and Sam Gormley and Zach Newton as well as they're announcing the champion, and we'll turn it over here to him for one more time.
Owensboro Health Holiday Classic champions are the South Warren Spartans.
South Warren wins the Holiday Classic. Zach, we can continue our points here after this, but we're going to We're going to keep it, let them take their picture. If you're watching on K105 Digital Productions, we'll keep it locked in here for your South Warren fans to kind of see some of their pictures and their celebrations. But again, your final score, 68-59, South Warren defeats Grayson in the championship game. We'll come back. Fifth quarter shows next on K105.
Also, I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Please have a safe drive home.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
With a My Social Security account, you can request a replacement Social Security card, estimate your benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Oh boy. What? We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you did.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Cougars fall in the championship game of the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic by a final score of 68-59. The Spartans are the champions. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton back here with you in the broadcast booth that has been our home for the last couple of days. As Zach, this is a tough one to swallow here for Grayson County. As I mean, you look the first half of play, the Cougars up 28-25. And South Warren kind of went nuclear, made a lot of shots down the stretch. Grayson County missed a lot of shots. And, here's the thing for Grayson is you can't really hang your hats because that's a really good team, South Warren.
Yeah, South Warren having a great start this year. Nothing to
They've
lose.
won 10 straight.
Yeah, nothing to lose sleep over if you're Grayson County. And, every once in a while you'll have a team that just gets hot. We saw, Posey comes into this game for South Warren, a 6.6-point guy, and he hits you for 3 threes in the second half. You sometimes, that's why you play the game. That's what the old saying goes. You play the game because on any given night, anybody can beat anybody. And South Warren, just the better team in the second half, and it was enough to overcome the deficit.
And you look, South Warren has one loss this season, and it came against Lyon County. You've seen them in person. They're really good.
Nothing to – they're clearly a pretty good team down there in South Warren.
What did they go in the Elite Eight, I think, of the state last year? Lyon County, I think, is when they
Lyon
ended up
County's
losing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's your one loss of the season. You look, they've beaten some solid teams. I mean, they beat a Todd County team that Grayson County is going to be seeing next week as well, and I think Grayson's going to learn a lot about their team over these next couple of weeks. But I think after last week where you went 0-3, one game the Cougars did not play well at all, but then the other two, they went up against good teams. Caverna, Zach, you know them, and they're from your 5th region area. They're really good this year. They've got a couple of guys, a couple of guards that can really fill it up. A tier, the big guy in the middle,
yeah, he's
a hoss. And then they played the Chattanooga School for the Arts and Sciences, who were really talented as well. A team that, Zach, I'm sure you probably didn't even know that there was a Chattanooga School for the Arts and Sciences before I just mentioned it.
In fact, I'll probably forget.
You probably
never
will.
going to hear that again.
You probably won't. But so I think you saw a bounce back this week, and that's going to be one of the questions that I'm interested to ask Travis Johnston about as we talk to him in the coming minutes. Coming up, though, on our 5th quarter show, we will run down the scoring from this game, kind of recap the tournament as a whole, hopefully talk to the headman himself, Travis Johnston. Again, your final score, South Warren 68, Grayson County 59. It's Cougar basketball on K105.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
I'm William Shatner. I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to pva.org to learn how you can make a difference.
Remember.
Honor. Teach.
Your $15 sponsorship goes to placing a wreath on the headstone of an American hero. For more information, please visit wreathsacrossamerica.org.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
You can't give up 53 points and a half and win basketball games.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Cougars fall 68-59 to South Warren. South Warren, second half, Zach, 72.7%. That'll get it done. That'll get it done.
Well, I said it before we came back. I don't know if you folks caught it, but you cannot you're going to lose a lot of games when you let a team score 63 points in the game. If you let them, or 43 points in the game, excuse me, you can lose games giving up 43. You give up 43 and a half, I would say there's a 100% chance you're going to lose that basketball.
Grayson County in the second half shoots 35%. If you get outshot by almost 40% and a half.
If you get doubled up, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and that is exactly what happened, plus some. Cougars are now 5-8 on the year. They'll turn the calendar. It's kind of crazy to say that it's 2023 coming up here very soon. They'll host Todd County, and then they got 3 games, road, neutral, road. Muhlenberg County, the 2-time defending region champion. Franklin County, a really talented team from the 11th region, something region. Really talented team. And then you got Butler County. And again, it doesn't matter. That's one of those that Butler County could be 0-30, Grayson could be 30-0, vice versa, whatever. It's going to be a war no matter what, especially when you got to go to Morgantown. And what's something nice I can say, Zach?
It's a city.
It is.
It's a place that exists.
They have a river. It's nice. It's called Green River. I guess that's kind of the color of it.
There's a town government.
They do have one
people
of those.
People live there.
Apparently, they have good catfish. I've never actually had it. They're known as the catfish capital of Kentucky. At least that's what they claim. There you go. There's your piece of advice. Zach, have you ever been to Morgantown?
No.
I recommend not.
Well, wow.
If you're listening in Morgantown, most of you are very nice. Really, you all are very nice. It's just, arrivals. I gotta say it.
Well, I don't have a dog in the fight. I got nothing against the folks from Morgantown. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say, to spite you, I'm a big Morgantown guy.
Of course you are. Of course you are. I think it's good that your headset's about to come off.
Strongly pro-Morgantown, Zach Newton of the Round Boys. You heard it here first.
We'll take a break. Hopefully get a chance to talk to the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Travis Johnston. After this, again, your final score, South Warren 68, Grayson County 59. We'll come back. Have more after this. This is Cougar Basketball on the Twin Lakes Best Mix K105.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
Day. This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to Grayson County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars fall tonight in the championship game of the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic, 68-59. Joined now by the head coach of the Cougars, head coach Travis Johnston, and coach by our math. Luckily, I had a statistician today that was able to count it up. In the second half, South Warren shoots 72.7% from the field. Grayson shoots 35. How much of that was defense, and how much of that is they shot 72.7% from the field?
I think, well, you obviously have to credit them for making the shots, but I thought that our defense was very bad to where they got anything they wanted to. That's probably my fault. I probably should have went to the zone just to keep them in front of us, because they were making threes and then they were getting layups. We can't have them do both. And was worried about 11. He's that good of a shooter. And then 2 had made a couple there in the second quarter or the third quarter, to where I was a little leery on going to the zone after that, and probably should have, and maybe just tried to pick our poison, because we couldn't stay in front of them. Number 1's a very good guard. 4 played very well for them tonight. And like I said, we just couldn't stay in front of them.
I felt like this game in a little bit was, especially at times, was kind of the opposite of last night for you all, where last night you all were living at the free throw line and Nicholas County really was not. Yeah. And then today was kind of the opposite. Was that lack of aggression on your all's end, or that's just how the game played?
A little bit of both. I thought obviously every game you're going to think that there should be some more whistles. And
I'm not asking for that. I'm more just saying in general.
But the times we went strong a few times, didn't get a few calls, and then like I said, that's going to happen. But I think that made us shy away. When we broke the press, like Caden there at the very end, he punched through it, got an and one. The rest of the time we were kind of sitting there waiting, well, is Zero going to come back and block us? Are we going to do this? What am I going to do? And we can't do that. We can't think like that. We just have to go, and I see a lane to the if he blocks it, he blocks it. And I thought that made us – I thought we lacked aggression on the backside of the press, and that the press really bothered us. It got us out of character, especially with Dylan not in the game. And we just got to do a better job staying locked in and focused on what we need to do.
Free throws tonight, I didn't count it up. Again, kind of had some struggles at time. Are you getting to the point where you're a little worried about that still?
You're always a little worried about it. What was River tonight?
River was 2 of 4.
And he's battling. Like I said, the air ball there, that's a product of what he's battling through and dealing with, and then he's tough enough to come back and make one after that. So he's we're just gonna roll with him on how tough he is, and I still expect him to make free throws, but we got to make sure Caden hadn't been making as many as he did early in the season, and he's a good shooter. Jack needs to he only missed one. Braden's got to get a little bit better at the line because he's starting to get there a little bit more. But it's mainly mental right now. I do trust our guys there towards the end, though, that if something happens, I think we're tough enough to be able to make them in big games. But I may just be hoping to.
Jack again tonight. For the tournament, 16, 30, 20?
Mm-hmm.
If I could do math, I could tell you what that average is, but at this point, what is that, 66 divided by 3?
22.
20. Yeah, sure. There you go. Look at that. You're the math guy.
I'm not
this
just
conversation.
a PE teacher, huh?
He's playing his best basketball, and that's a tough team to score against, and he had 20.
Well, we really thought – I can't really remember who guarded him. But in my opinion, I thought they'd put 23 or 0 on him to kind of
Rowe did
to body it. Well, that's what I would have done, and we were worried that physicality might bother him some, and it did some. I thought there was times where he could have went, like we were just talking about, could have went stronger. He still gets it away from his body too much, and it doesn't look like he gets fouled, and it bothered him a little bit. But I think it was more him. He's just got to get a little bit stronger, obviously, and keep it more tight and go up stronger. But he's played well. He hadn't been playing like an 8th grader, which is great for us. He's been a little bit more aggressive as far as hunting his shot, and we have to have that. We scored the ball pretty well this tournament, in large part because of he was hunting for it, and River was being a great passer, and Dylan didn't play much today, but and Dylan was really aggressive. So if we have those three right there, being pretty aggressive, and then obviously you tack on Bray and get 6 to 8 from the other guys, we're going to be able to score. We have to get better on the defensive end against quicker teams.
You turn the calendar to the new year, and I think you're really going to learn a lot about your team in those first 2.5 weeks of the year. You look, Todd County Central, who beat this South Warren team beat by 10 points. I know that they beat you last year there by, what about 12, 15, give or take, something like that?
Yeah, it was close for a while, but I think they ended up stretching it out there.
Give or take on that. I know that they're a really talented team. And then you got the Muhlenberg County. Might not be Muhlenberg County of the 2 years, but anytime you have to go there, it's tough. Yeah. Franklin County, I know, is good this year. I was reading into them just a little bit. And then you got Butler, McLean, Whitesville. Owensboro Catholic. You're going to – I'm not trying to say it.
I appreciate that, Sam.
Nightmares, but – you're going to learn a lot about your team as you turn into this new year, and I know you as a coach, you like that. You want to test these guys. You don't want to play home schools.
Yeah. The good thing is after these 3 games next week, we get that little break. We don't have a Tuesday game. And then obviously we start getting into the to crunch time as far as playing district teams, and it's going to affect your seeding and things like that. And we had a good 2 days last week, 2 games last week. We had a good 2.5 games this week. We're getting there. We're close. I think this game frustrated myself and the team quite a bit, but we're close to where I think we can be and need to be. We still need to shore up a few things and a few things that I need to figure out, but we're a lot better than we were at the start of the year, and I'm hoping that continues, and it should continue. Hopefully we can get some reinforcements coming back here soon.
Coach, have a good new year, and we will see you against Todd County, what is that, Tuesday?
Tuesday,
I guess?
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The days run together. That's head coach Travis Johnston. We'll come back, wrap it up after this. Cougars fall tonight. It's Cougar basketball on K105.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
Dear moms and dads,
is Cougar basketball on K105.
Grayson County falls tonight by a final score of 68-59. Sam Gormley and Zach Newton back here with you. Run down the scoring really quick for South Warren. They were led by Andrew Goley with 17 points, 14 for Brandon Rowe, 11 for Drew Hudson, 8 each for Justin Posey and Lucas Smith, 6 for Bryce Button, 3 for Braden Parrish, 1 for Cameron Bell, or rather Andrew Linhart. For Grayson County, Jack Logs led the way. He had 20 points, 13 River Blanton, 9 Caden Hanshaw, 8 Braden Childress, 3 apiece for Bentley Martin and for Landon Haycraft. That'll wrap up our coverage for this week. And really, we first got to, Zach, I know you've been here. I can say thank you to you, but if we're being frankly honest, I mean, we're both, I don't know that we can call ourselves professionals.
Well, we do get paid.
We do, okay.
We do get paid to do this. So
not a lot, but
no.
But still, we have been doing games now. I mean, I've been doing it. This is my 5th year. You've been doing it for 75 years, I think. That's
it feels that way sometimes.
That's why some of that gray and that beard's starting to come out. But
well, Sam, I don't know. The folks at home may not know this, but I sent my car to the moon a couple weeks ago. That will gray you a little prematurely.
I know that feeling as well. We both have rolled vehicles. It's supposed to be part of the K105 christening. But I do want to give a shout-out to Chase Blaine and Cole Snyder, who both have, I mean, Chase has done maybe half a dozen baseball color games, if that. Cole Snyder had never put a headset on in his life. They both did games with you. They did games by themselves. They did games with me, and I could not speak more highly of them. They did a phenomenal job. I know I'm proud of them. Zach, you don't know them as well as I do. They've been working my crew as long, but you've gotten to know them.
Cole's my adopted son.
But still, you have to be proud of them because they did a really good job.
Yes, no, very proud. Phenomenal.
I would say that they probably have high standards with both of us. I'm going to pat us both on the back right there. That's right.
That hurt a little
and they fulfilled them, and yeah. I'm proud of them. They did a really good job, and if you see any of them, let them know to maybe not look too good because we both do have bills to pay, and we would probably prefer them not take our job just yet.
Well, they can pry the E-Town, the voice of Hardin County Hoops title from my cold, dead hands.
The voice of the Cougs is right here, too.
He's not going anywhere.
Stay. Oh, man, we're going to start with that now. That'll wrap up our coverage, though. 12 games in 3 days. 3 of them on K10, well, 2 of them on K105, 1 on the Moose. All 12 on the K105 YouTube. If you've been watching, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We really appreciate you joining. Zach, I appreciate you coming down to help us out, and we'll maybe do this again sometime.
Yeah, I think we probably have to. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun for me to kind of get out of my neck of the woods, come down here and do a little basketball with Sam. Before he kicks us out, just remember, don't get caught watching the paint dry.
That's Zach Newton to say. I want to thank our K105 Digital Productions crew for all of their work this week. We've had Jaden Kinney, Chase Blaine, Cole Snyder, Alex Cook, Trey Cook have all done work all week long. Huge shout out to them. So for them and for Zach Newton, on a night where Grayson County falls and finishes as the runner-up in the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic by a final score of 68-59, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.